Does anybody else have that problem that when you go to a fast food restaurant and you get to the drive-thru, you end up just staring at the menu? There are just way too many decisions to make, you don't have a regular order, and then you end up just saying something like,
"Hi, can I just get a large coffee and a medium fry? Thank you so much. Have a good one." Well, I gotta say, for me, that happens way more than I would like to admit. And I wish there was just some sort of way for me to push a button, it would scan the entire menu for me, and then just randomly order me something off the menu. Okay, so I ate all the fries on the drive home, but at least I still got my coffee. But there is another reason why this project is specifically tied to McDonald's, and it's not because I live in Vermont and the closest Taco Bell is like 45 minutes away. It has to do with their limited time menus that they've been doing recently. Like they did, they did a BTS meal a couple years ago, they did a Travis Scott meal, they did a J Balvin meal, and this video isn't sponsored at all, it's just I've been highly influenced by their marketing. But what I like about those meals is that you basically get the one thing that you get. You place the order and you get that one exact thing. And I want my own unnecessary meal. And since I don't really have like a specific order that I usually get, like sometimes I want nuggets, sometimes I want a chicken sandwich, sometimes I want a Big Mac. And that's why I thought the signature unnecessary meal would be so perfect if it was completely random every single time, and you got what you got and you just had to deal with it. To bring this project to life, we've got two sides of the equation that we have to think about. Over here, we've got the software side of things. How exactly is it gonna scan the menu and choose our unnecessary meal? Then on this side of the equation, we have the physical aspect of the invention. What is it gonna look like that the second you see it, you think, oh, that has something to do with McDonald's? And I think the software side of things should be priority number one so that we know that it actually works, because I want it to work. And speaking of work, it was time for me to get to work. I busted out my recording setup so that way I could record all of the different things in the McDonald's menu. I went into each different section of the app and I selected those different categories and recorded each individual menu item as their own file. Then I categorized all of those different menu items into their own sections, from a main dish, a side dish, a drink, and then eventually a dessert. And that way I could go ahead and export each individual audio file as their own clip in their own folder to get this organized. I think I know the McDonald's menu fully front to back, inside and out at this point. I grabbed one of the different audio files from all of the different categories and threw it in a timeline here so we can get an early sense of what this might sound like in the machine. Deluxe McCrispy, 1 medium French fries, 1 small Diet Coke, and a regular Oreo Shamrock McFlurry. I think it's missing something. I think it's gonna sound robotic no matter what we do with each individual file starting and stopping, but I think there's one thing we can add to make it a little bit more personable. Hi, how are you? Can I please get a... Hello, can I please order a... Hey, how's it going? Can I get a... Hey, hope you're having a good day. Can I please get... Hey there, let's see. Can I get a... Okay, take 2. Hi, how are you? Can I please get a double quarter pounder with cheese? 1 order of apple slices, 1 small sweet tea lemonade, and a... 2 cookies. Okay, that sort of worked. It sounds a little bit more human and a little bit more natural if I'm at the drive-thru, that they don't think I'm having like a stroke or something. So now that we have all the different audio files figured out, we need to figure out which processors and accessories are gonna be used so that we can push the button and all of those files play. We are going to need a processor, we are gonna need a speaker, we're gonna need a button, and we're gonna need a sensor. For the processor on this project, I am going with the Adafruit ESP32 Feather V2. I like it because it has a port for the battery and the USB-C charger can charge the LiPo battery that's plugged into there. And all of these header pins are gonna be important for the specific sensor that we're gonna use. And that is going to be this tiny little Adafruit Featherwing music maker. Most importantly, it has both an SD card slot so we can put all of those audio files onto that card slot, as well as an audio output so that we can plug a speaker into here. And the best part of all, it's designed like a backpack so it easily fits onto that ESP32. And we'll have this push button here. It doesn't really matter what the design of it is because we're gonna design another bigger button that goes on top of here. So when you push this button, the files that are on this SD card get randomly decided and then spit out this speaker here. And then hopefully you have yourself an unnecessary meal.
Now that we had all of those different pieces figured out, it was time to get them loaded up. So I simply went to my computer and I took all of those different audio files that I had organized into their different categories and I loaded them onto the SD card. So that way I can go ahead and take it and plug it into that little music maker there. And now I just had to upload the randomization codes that would pick all the different files.
I'm gonna plug in the microphone and I'm not dealing with the button right now because I'm gonna have to solder it through the buttonhole of whatever we designed for the casing itself, but it should play us a randomized meal. Hey there, let's see, can I get a double barbecue bacon quarter pounder with cheese, 1 large French fries, and then 1 medium frozen Fanta wild cherry, and then finally an apple pie. That was definitely an unnecessary meal. I don't think I've ever ordered that combination of food. But now that we have the software side of things all figured out, it's time to work on that look and feel of what this invention is actually going to look like. So let's go ahead and look up iconic McDonald's imagery. I mean, right off the bat, obviously the Golden Arches is one of the most iconic things to McDonald's, as well as Mr. Ronald McDonald himself. We could go vintage and go with something that is the classic old school McDonald's look, because I feel like the new buildings don't really have as much personality that screams McDonald's. A fry container could be a good form factor. If it sort of looks like a thing of fries and maybe the button is on the front, maybe the M is a button, that could possibly work. And we've got our boy Grimace, but I feel like I want to stick to the yellow and red colorways that like McDonald's is fully known for. You know, we've got the Happy Meal box, and I think this could be a really good direction to go in. That it sort of looks like some mysterious cube. Let's look up Happy Meal box. Here's looks like you can buy a 3D printed Happy Meal box. And I feel like this size is like the perfect size that I want this thing. That even though the electronics are super small, I think having something very visually graphic is what I definitely want to go for. So yeah, the Happy Meal box. I want to go for the Happy Meal box. Let's dive in. Is this not the most Happy Meal box looking box you ever done seen? Put the little speaker grill on here. Looks even better. We've got a little compartment right here where the button can slide in. Then the speaker's gonna go right here in the middle, and this should also snap right into place. I added these 2 little grooves in here for the speaker mesh, and that allows me to keep it nice and centered. With just a few drops of glue on each of these pegs, add a little activator, and I can get the handle on there. A tiny dab of glue on the button as well, and now that should be perfectly in place. 1 unnecessary meal, please. Now we just need to attach the hardware to the base. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I also designed this little USB-C slot so that I can still charge the ESP32 while it's inside of here. And with that in place, I can solder the button onto the board itself. 1 and 2. That will attach right into the ESP32. And last but not least, a battery, so we've got power for this entire thing. I almost forgot to plug the battery in. Now let's go ahead and close this whole system up.
And we've got the unnecessary meal. I think we nailed it on the head that if you see this thing, you're gonna think to yourself, this has something to do with McDonald's. But I updated the code in here, so the button should theoretically work. Hello, can I please order a McChicken? 1 order of apple slices, and then 1 medium Dr. Pepper, and lastly a regular Oreo McFlurry. Will it work a second time if I push it? Hey there, let's see. Can I get a 40-piece chicken McNuggets? Woo! 1 small French fries. Weak. And then 1 small Sprite. Not bad, not bad. And then finally a 2 chocolate chip cookies. Working on this has gotten me absolutely starving. So I think we go to the McDonald's drive-thru and find out what I'm eating today. Let's pack it up. Okay, as I head over there, here is my pitch to McDonald's. Because I think this should be something that you guys implement into your stores and it'd be super easy. All you have to do is add like a $10 meal and there's a certain set of randomized things. And inside the app, you push the button in the app and you have no idea what you're gonna get. And then once you arrive at the location, at your McDonald's, you pick up your order, and then just imagine everyone unboxing their meal for their McRandomized meal. Viral success. And if you want to go a step further, why don't we build a bigger version of this that's like a pedestal? So you can also go into the store, hit the pedestal, and then it randomly orders you the meal. But same thing, you have no idea what you got until you open your bag and then slowly unbox everything that you got. I think it's gonna take a special type of person that's gonna not wanna know what they're getting, but I think it could be really fun. The unnecessary meal. And then I could model for you. Why am I so nervous? Here we go.
How can I help you?
Hi, how are you? Can I please get a spicy McCrispy? 1 order of apple slices, and then 1 small sweet tea lemonade. I'll also take a hot fudge sundae. That'll do it. Thank you. It worked. Horrible meal. Absolutely horrendous meal, but it worked. Thanks, you too. I do not think that I've ever gotten a hot fudge sundae at McDonald's before. Maybe that's the real beauty of the McRandomizer. You get to try menu items that you previously never tried, and maybe you love them. But with that, we've got ourselves a brand new unnecessary invention, and I'm gonna go ahead and eat my completely I've also never gotten the apple slices before. Who doesn't get French fries? But with that, I'll see you at the next unnecessary invention. See ya.